We got to keep talking about it, man. Saints Row has turned gentrified. It's like the people, the fucking dorks at Volition just went into the hood and turned everything into a fucking Starbucks. That's how I feel about this game. That's how I feel about this new Saints Row game. They took something, that was rooted in gritty gang culture, albeit over the top, with over the top action, over the top satire. The roots of the game was still streets. Like, you were still a gangster, you know what I mean? You're still like in the hood. Like, it was about respect. It was about gaining power in the streets. You know what I mean? It was about, getting that power over your enemies. Like in the first game, you had the Vice Kings, you had the Los Carnales, you had the Rollers. And now all of those gangs are based off of Black or Central American gang culture. Okay? It's not some kind of secret that gang culture in the USA is predominantly Black and Central American. Everybody knows that. And so for you to deduct that you can make a game about gang culture, street culture, a game that was originally rooted on those ideas, over the top, yes, but they were still rooted in those ideas. And for you to take that and turn it into this Starbucks fucking latte art, Twitter fucking trash is just, it almost seems, it almost seems ironically even more racist to me that these white dorks at fucking Volition are gonna take these ideas, about cycles of violence and revenge and being born into it. Like, that's what gangs are. This is a cycle of violence, revenge. It's not a Disney movie. It's not a fucking Netflix show. Like, you know what I mean? And for them to turn that into this gentrified, whitewashed, dweeb, fucking dork shit is just, it's so out of touch just with reality, with culture, with Black culture, especially Central American culture, the people that live in these areas that are affected by gangs. And for you to turn the series that was once, a semi-realistic depiction of those types of things, and just to turn that into this Disney, Pixar, fucking Netflix rated PG trash, it's ridiculous to me. It's so out of touch with their fan base, and not only with their fan base, just with culture, period. Just these white dudes that probably live in fucking the suburbs in fucking Portland or some shit. That's what I feel like. Like, it's like if the fucking Disney remade Boys in the Hood. What is this? It's like the people who made Polar Express try to make a game about gangs. Like, it's just disingenuous to the culture. It seems racist to me even more than the people that are going like, oh well, they're just young people. That's what gangbangers look like in 2021. They're just young. They're millennials. Who are you to say that they can't be in a gang? If you've ever been around any motherfucking area that you can have remotely any type of person that would look like they're in a gang, I guarantee you they don't look like any motherfucker in this game. Just go outside. It seems so racist to me because these people at Volition, it's like, have they ever been outside? Have they ever been to one of these areas? Do they not know what people look like? Like, you could have made an entirely more grounded in reality depiction of what a gang member, quote unquote, is supposed to look like than these fucking dorks. These fucking dweeb glasses wearing Carlton Banks looking fucking dorks. Like, I don't understand. It's like, where are they getting these ideas from? The fucking white dude that lives in fucking the middle of nowhere in Oregon? Like, what the fuck does he know? What the fuck does these fat fucking white 6-year-old dweebs know about anything related to the streets? You know what I mean? And Volition, this was a company that used to be, Never afraid to cross the lines, never afraid to go over the top with the fucking the you know the funny shit, the serious shit. They were never afraid. They compare themselves to like the Hangover movies, how they're not scared to, offend people and shit. You know what I mean? Just for them to totally go against that just seems so ironic and hypocritical to me that they're doing this just to pander to these blue-haired Twitter types. And I won't say the word woke because that's just cringy to me in any context. But you'd be naive to think that some of the ideas that those types of people have aren't the ones that are trending recently to sell games and steer clear of any backlash. I mean, you'd be naive to think that that some of those ideas aren't the ones driving sales these days. It's abundantly clear, and this is just another example of that. It's gentrified. It's the Starbucks of fucking Saints Row games. I mean, they took Saints Row and they made it a fucking Starbucks. It's disappointing, it's sad, it makes me angry, and I know it makes a lot of y'all angry too, which is why I'm talking about this shit, which is why we all gotta talk about this shit. We gotta have an open discussion about this shit because this is getting to be the last straw for a lot of people. It's sad, it's corny, it's fucking corny, it's dishonest, it's pandering. I mean, they're not doing this because they want to be, wholesome and inclusive and diverse. They need money. That's what this is. They need fucking money. This is a failing company that's on the verge of going bankrupt again after that Agents of Mayhem bullshit that they tried to push on us. I mean, this is literally the actions of a failing company that needs money. How do you make money these days? Pander to these fucking types that's going to sell you a lot of copies and steer clear of any backlash that you could get for offending someone or going too far. It's ridiculous to me that this is the way that they feel like that they need to make money, which is almost ironic to me in and of itself because they would have made way more money if they just would have give us what the fuck we've been asking for the last 13 years. Guarantee you they would have made way more money off of it. This game is gonna flop because they haven't been giving us what the fuck we wanted since 2010. They haven't given us one thing we fucking wanted, and we've been telling them this for fucking 12 years. I mean, we've been telling them what we wanted. We've literally been for 10 years, 12 years, telling them this is what you need to do. Go back to the roots of the game. Switch it up. Get away from this ridiculous, over-the-top, garbage, corny bullshit. That's not why we played the game in the first place. That was the over-the-top bullshit. That was an added bonus to the real roots of the gritty, more realistic depiction of a street game. We wanted to be a fucking gangster. When you play Saints Row, you want to be a fucking gangster. You don't want to be no fucking dweeb. Like, you don't want to be no Starbucks pinky up, fucking sipping ass. Like, we want to sip lean in the game. We don't want to fucking sip latte art fucking coffee. What the fuck? We want to smoke blunts and drink 40s. We don't want to fucking drink tea and want to and play as a wannabe TV chef. What the fuck is that garbage? Keep that shit at Ubisoft, man. Keep that shit over there. That don't have no place in Saints Row. It never did, and it never will. So keep that shit. Keep the whole fucking game. I mean, at this point, I want Volition to go bankrupt. Teach them a lesson. That's what happens when you don't listen to your core audience. This is what happens when you don't listen to your fucking fans. The people that made you. The literal people that believed in the game, believed in the idea, that have been playing this fucking game since 2006. I mean, and you're just shitting all over them, talking shit to the fans on Twitter, sticking by this bullshit. The person that runs that Twitter, I guarantee you, is some 22-year-old fucking white girl with glasses that fucking sips Starbucks and sits in her office in her fucking nice apartment in fucking Portland. I guarantee you. I mean, it's ridiculous how whitewashed, how gentrified this shit is. I mean, it's it seems it's racist to me. It's racist to me that it's like they're oblivious to what, and like black culture, Central American culture, gang culture. If you're gonna make a game about that was originally rooted, and you're gonna originally rooted in those types of ideas, and you're gonna call it Saints Row, and be completely disconnected from every fucking theme that made the game appealing. I mean, how out of touch can you be? You don't know what any of these people look like. You want to know what they sound like. The writing is corny. The acting is corny. The character design is corny. The set pieces are corny. The fucking sound, the sounds are corny. I mean, everything about it is fucking corny. The town is corny. I mean, where do they go? The tagline is this: "Wild Wacky West." Like, what the fuck is that shit? I mean, it ain't no West Coast gangbanger culture. This is fucking Dweeb City. It's fucking whitewashed, gentrified bullshit. And we got to keep talking about it, man. We got to keep talking about this shit at all costs.